If I have $1 billion of liquid assets, I can buy $1 billion of real estate, $1 billion of gold, $1 billion of soybeans, $1 billion of crude oil, or $1 billion of Bitcoin. I cannot buy $1 billion of Mag 7 stocks, $1 billion of Apple, $1 billion of the S&P index. And so the fact that Bitcoin is recognized as a commodity and the only crypto commodity it creates a very safe haven for any public company or public company investor looking for the winner. And what's the implication? It's this. This is a historic inflection point for Bitcoin because
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Michael Saylor shares insights in why Bitcoin's price could go parabolic, discussing market triggers, institutional adoption, and volatility. Stay tuned to uncover the reasons behind his bullish stance and projections.
All of the very important questions have been resolved to the satisfaction of the asset. The question is it a commodity or a security? That's really, really critical. The second question is there any other digital commodity? A third question is, how does the administration view it, right? There's always a question of, will it be copied? Will it be banned? Will it be hacked? So what we've seen over the past 12 months is we saw the spot ETFs approved. They were historically successful. Then we saw a red sweep. Now we see an administration where every single cabinet member is pro-Bitcoin. Every financial cabinet member, the head of the SEC, Treasury, and CFTC, pro-Bitcoin. And then the question is, will the administration be clear or ambiguous? Well, Trump created the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, very clear. And then he hosted the Digital Assets Summit Friday about a week and a half ago. And then that night, the crypto czar David Sachs went on television. And in an interview on television, he said that Bitcoin is the only crypto asset recognized as decentralized by the administration. Well, that's code word if you understand the law, understand securities law, understand finance. If that's the only asset decentralized, that means that the only crypto commodity recognized by the United States government and therefore by the entire financial establishment is Bitcoin. Ergo, Bitcoin has emerged as digital gold with the endorsement of the U.S. federal government, with the endorsement of Wall Street.
I want to hear more, but do you mean this to say that there is no other digital asset that we recognize as a commodity, not Ether, not anything else? Is that where you're going with
That's
this?
what I'm saying. And by the way, that's not what I'm saying. That's what David Sachs said on television. David Sachs reports to the President of the United States, and what he said was, this is the one we recognize as decentralized. Bitcoin is special. We're going to hold it forever. We're never going to sell it. Okay, that's clarity, right? If you're looking for the crypto gold or a digital gold or a digital capital asset that's a store of value, that's Bitcoin. I'll make one legal point.
Bitcoin is at a turning point, and according to Matt Hogan, Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise, this may be the best time in history to buy. He argues that despite short-term price fluctuations, the broader macroeconomic environment is pushing Bitcoin toward long-term success. Speaking at the Blockworks Digital Asset Summit in New York, Hogan emphasized how economic instability and government intervention are fueling Bitcoin's future growth, making it a stronger asset in the face of uncertainty. One of Hogan's key points is that the U.S. government's growing interest in Bitcoin could remove one of its biggest risks, regulatory prohibition. He praised the proposal for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, stating that once governments begin accumulating Bitcoin, they are unlikely to ban it. This marks a major shift in perception, reinforcing Bitcoin's role as a legitimate financial asset. Stablecoins are also playing a crucial role in the crypto market's future. Hogan called them a gift from the gods for the U.S. Treasury, predicting they could generate up to $1 trillion in demand for short-term government debt. With traditional buyers pulling back, stablecoins could fill the gap, strengthening the U.S. dollar's global position. He expects bipartisan support for stablecoin legislation, which would further integrate digital assets into the financial system. Beyond Bitcoin, Hoogan discussed Ethereum and other Layer 1 blockchains, arguing that they are currently overbuilt for existing demand. However, if regulatory barriers ease, a rapid bull run could follow, as these networks have the infrastructure to support large-scale adoption. With economic uncertainty and shifting regulations, the crypto market is poised for major developments. While volatility remains, those who understand the market's dynamics can find massive opportunities. Hoogan's outlook suggests that Bitcoin is not just a speculative asset, but a long-term investment opportunity that is becoming increasingly entrenched in the global financial system.
The administration is very pro-digital assets. In my opinion, when the dust settles, there's going to be digital commodities, of which Bitcoin is the only universally acknowledged one. There may be some over the next decade. It'll be very hard to overcome that bar, and I think David Sachs said that as well. He said, it's possible that maybe we'll recognize another asset as decentralized. We don't right now. And there's maybe going to be half a dozen of those in the next 10 or 20 years. That's very rare. The second is a digital currency. That's a stable coin. And so the government's gonna pass. I think the Genius Act will be passed. The U.S. government will allow a U.S. regulated company or bank to issue a stable coin as long as it's backed by treasuries, by currency equivalents in a U.S. Regulated institution. The third asset will be digital securities. That's tokenized stocks and bonds. I think you'll have to be a regulated entity. BlackRock will issue digital securities. You'll get a digital share of Apple or a digital ETF. And they'll circulate 24/7, 365. And then the last will be a digital token. And a digital token will be the lowest threshold. Anybody can launch a token. It won't be a security. It will stop short in the utility that's deemed legally a security. Right now, the SEC is going through an elaborate set of meetings to determine what constitutes a security. Trump coin will not be a security. We know that. Sachs has even said that. It's likely going to end up being deemed a token. And I think if I'm in the crypto industry, the takeaway is the only thing where you've got regulatory clarity, if you're going to put $1 billion bet on right now, the only thing you would do is put $1 billion bet on Bitcoin as a long-term store of value. That is clear. The president said he wants the digital assets framework on his desk by August at the White House a week and a half ago. I think you will have clarity that will be passed into law and signed by the president sometime in 2025 that will create a very clear path for digital currency, digital tokens, and digital securities. They're coming. But right now, the real news of the past 2 weeks is there's one digital commodity endorsed by the U.S. federal government.
Plan B, the pseudonymous Bitcoin analyst behind the stock-to-flow S2F price model, insists doom-laden bear market warnings lack substance. He notes that Bitcoin has doubled in value each year since 2023, challenging the typical 4-year cycle. According to Plan B, this consistent upward trend reflects the asset's maturation, fueled by institutional support that helps buffer previous volatility. He projects prices could climb from $80,000 in 2024 to $160,000 in 2025, then progress to $320,000 in 2026 and $640,000 in 2027. Such momentum, Plan B believes, would end the 4-year cycle historically governing Bitcoin's boom-bust patterns. Critics wonder if this development lessens the reliability of his S2F model, but he maintains it remains valid, as these forecasts fall within the model's range. Despite controversy over his move to Bitcoin ETF, he upholds confidence in the cryptocurrency's future. He also sees institutional inflows boosting acceptance, suggesting the market is poised for growth. And do not forget to subscribe to Cointelegraph. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.